Failure is usually treated like a verdict. Goggins treats it more like ugly data with excellent teaching potential. Welcome back. This final part of Can't Hurt Me brings the book to one of its most useful ideas. Failure does not have to become identity. It can become information. That sounds simple, but it is not how most people behave when failure walks in. Most people either hide it, explain it, dramatize it, or turn it into a personality. Goggins wants to dissect it. The empowerment of failure is not saying failure is fun. It is not. Failure is embarrassing, expensive, tiring, and sometimes deeply painful. If failure were a restaurant, the service would be terrible and the lighting would be personally disrespectful. But the chapter argues that failure becomes even worse when we refuse to study it. Goggins uses setbacks as an after-action review. What happened? Where did preparation fail? Where did ego distort the plan? What did the body reveal? What did the mind avoid? Those questions turn failure from a fog into a map. The map may be ugly, but ugly maps are still better than proud confusion. This is a major theme in the book because Goggins is not telling a smooth rise story. The public version of achievement often edits out the humiliating middle. Can't Hurt Me keeps returning to the middle. The injuries, collapses, mistakes, and misjudgments are not interruptions to the story. They are part of the training system. The key move is emotional honesty without emotional surrender. You admit that failure hurt. You admit what went wrong. You do not pretend it was secretly perfect, but you also refuse to let the pain write the final report. That balance is rare. Some people protect themselves by denying failure. Others punish themselves by becoming failure. Goggins wants a third path. Study it, absorb it, use it. Then the final chapter, What If, opens the frame wider. What if the limit you accepted was only the limit of your current evidence? What if the next version of you is not waiting for permission, but for proof? What if pain is not automatically a stop sign? What if your old story is accurate about your past, but wrong about your capacity? The power of the question is that it does not offer comfort. It offers possibility with a price tag. What if more is possible? That sounds inspiring until you realize it also means more is required. If more is possible, then the comfortable explanation may not be enough anymore. Annoying, yes. Liberating, also yes. This is where the book's title lands. Can't Hurt Me does not mean nothing hurts. That would be absurd. Plenty hurts. The body hurts. The past hurts. Failure hurts. The title points to a different relationship with pain. Pain can hurt without owning the whole person. It can be felt without becoming final. The final lesson is not that everyone should become David Goggins. The world probably has enough calendar pressure already. The lesson is that most people have unexplored capacity hidden behind pain, fear, fatigue, shame, and old identity. The book is extreme because Goggins is extreme, but the question is ordinary. Where have you stopped too early? That question can be applied without theatrics. It can mean one more honest conversation, one more disciplined month, one more attempt after rejection, one more health decision, one more act of preparation, one more refusal to let yesterday's weakness become tomorrow's plan. Binding on What If, Goggins avoids a neat ending. The book does not close the door. It opens another one and makes the reader responsible for walking through. That is why the final mood is not comfort. It is challenge. The book is saying, you have seen the method, you have seen the cost, you have seen what can happen when a person refuses to let pain be the boss. Now what? Thank you for watching this full summary series. If one idea from Can't Hurt Me stays with you, let it be this. Failure, pain, and fear may explain where you are, but they do not automatically define where you stop. The final close is simple. Ask what if, then go collect the evidence.